Pressure will be
I
on the
think
politicians the next day.
Dave, I want to add you, but your camera is off. You've been on for a long while. Dave, are you ready to talk? Dave, let me add you.
Yeah. I'm ready to talk. Just don't want to. I'm not prepared for the day. That's why I'm. Yeah.
Oh, no
I'm
problem.
here.
You can just So let's hear from you.
Yeah.
Dave is snappy about it.
So
We spend close to 2 hours here. Let's hear your thoughts.
so
The topics are
so
goalkeeping. Who do you want in post in the next game, and any other
um,
changes? Striking as well. Yeah.
um, for now, looking at the goalkeepers, I don't think we really have good goalkeepers. But when you look at Jojo Walcott, it seems like there's a language barrier, and I don't want to have another Fatah Dauda at the World Cup because it seems the league he plays do not have a lot of spectators, so he is good in that area. But when it goes to the big stage, he sees the crowd. He could just watch a shot and it will score. But let's look at Richie Tofori has a little bit of experience in the AFCON, so and he can command the back because he has been in the team for a long time. So I think Richie Tofori would be good, but it doesn't mean that you have good goalkeeper. But I think he will be a good goalkeeper than Jojo Warakot because Jojo Warakot can't command the back. He cannot shout at Amate, go this way. He cannot even speak tree. So it will be difficult for you to command the back. You understand? So that is the issue with Jojo Walcott. And for the back, if I'm playing the Ghana team, I will play the 3-back system. But for me, Amate is a suspect. Even in Leicester City, he's been benched for a midfielder indeed to play. It should tell you that there's something wrong with Amate. His awareness is very, very shambolic. When you look at Ghana Brazil game, when you look at Richarlison's first goal, he saw Richarlison, but he just left him for him to just walk right in front of him and just kick the ball into the net. I don't know his problem. He is a suspect. His concentration is very, very low. And
how about the striking? Who should lead
for
the
the
line?
striking, I'll go with the 3-4-1-2. For the striking, I'll play Kudus and Inaki Williams. Because of how potent Kudus is in scoring goals, I'll put Kudus and Inaki Williams up top. Kofi Chire, he is very good in transition. He has the ability to carry the ball forward. When you look at the Brazil game, you could see he takes the ball from the center midfield, runs into the opposition half and creates a chance. So he will make Kudus' job very easier. He wouldn't have to come back to pick the ball, to run long meters to the goal. He'll be tired. So Kofi Chire can do that job, and we can have Partey and Baba Idris to shield the back three. Do you understand?
And not available for Nicaragua, so who would replace him?
If Partey is not available, we can still have Dennis Odoi in Club Brugge. He can sometimes play as a defensive midfielder, or the other guy who came on the Brazil game. He can play him and yes, their job is to do the defensive work. Their job is to do the defensive work, because in the World Cup we are meeting top quality players. We are not going to meet those players we meet at AFCON that we even struggled with. Because if you are playing a 3-back system, looking at Baba Rahman, he cannot recover, because the 3-back need wing backs that can go and come back. If Baba goes, he doesn't come back. So you have to have a very two strong defensive midfielders to cover those two spaces. And if the defensive midfielders are not available, the third center back can also cover that place to make it look a little bit okay. But the 4-back, that will expose us a lot, because if the right back goes, he doesn't come, it's left with 2 center backs. Then the 1-2, then there's a chance to score. So when Ghanaians are talking about football, it's not that all Ghanaians are coached. Ghanaians know ball a lot because they've watched the game for a long time. The guy who was playing there for, okay. All right.
Dave, thank
So
you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, so these are the final people that will speak. I think we've really spent a lot of time. Hoops, you are next. I don't know if I got that. Andre, you are next. David Soa will be third. PKD, then Rev Isaac Waffle will end everything for us. So Hoops, next.
Yes, thank you very much. Which question am I answering?
Okay, so the goalkeeper issue came into goalkeeper
Okay.
and a striker. Yeah.
Okay. So for goalkeeper, I'm sorry, Walcott has to go.
Oh.
He can't command his area. He can't command the area well enough for us to keep him. We can't constantly rely on him to just make good saves. In modern goalkeeping, you need to have effective communication. If you can't have effective communication, or you don't have an effective presence, like a size, if you're not big enough to like handle the area, you should not be a goalkeeper unless you're Cassius and you have his reflexes, and then you get away with everything. But if you're not, then you don't have any business being if you're not good on the ball and you're not good with reflexes as much as an elite goalkeeper, then you shouldn't be our keeper. I'm sorry. We need to either try another keeper or we need to take back Richard Ofori. And
Okay.
for the striker issue, Kudu should become a false nine, and then we should allow Inaki Williams and whoever and runs for Yeboah to cut inside and act as inside forwards rather than playing a striker directly.
All right. Thank you very much, Hoops.
Yeah, I wanted to say this last thing. That we should cut what you call Baba Rahman. He should not play for Ghana anymore. What's his name? Jordan should be on the bench for most of the time. And we should only play the day when some people's levels are low because he's not what he used to. I honestly think he's good. I don't think we should completely drop him because I like Dede. But we should bring him on when we need energy and when we need like that spark. But other than that, he needs to calm down. And we should also, there's this other Ghanaian, Salis Abdul Samed,
Okay.
that we should bring up that can come and replace. If Partey can't play the full World Cup, we should bring him up because I think our midfield this time it looks balanced. Doesn't look like we're relying on Partey too much because it looks balanced. It can run without Partey, in my opinion. If we have Elijah Owusu, and then we have Che, and either Samed or who else is there? Either Samed or another.
Elisha Owusu as well. I think Elisha is someone we missed.
Yeah. We can also call Schlupp to play the other way, to play Baba Rahman's position or play Elisha Owusu's position because he's versatile. So I believe we should have called him up and we should fix this problem and call him up.
All right. Thank you very much. Andre, you are next. Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello. Yeah. The guy that just spoke just now, I agree with a lot of the things he said because the first point I wanted to make is we need to do everything as a country and beg and apologize to Schlupp to get him back. We shouldn't play any games because it's the World Cup we're going to. At the end of the day, we're a nation that likes to cry later in the situation. We've seen there's problems at hand. And we're playing games. Baba Rahman, I love him. I've met him before. I think he's a very nice guy. But let's be honest with ourselves. Look at the level of teams we're going to be playing against. Portugal. Look at the players. Cancelo. We need to play as much quality players as possible. Schlupp needs to be in the team. Why does Schlupp need to be in the team? Because he can occupy two positions. One, our best player, Thomas Partey, is injury prone. We can't trust if he's even going to be able to be there for the first game. And as somebody mentioned, we don't even know if he can play all 3 games. So Schlupp can cover that position. Premier League quality player starts week in, week out for Crystal Palace for the Premier League. How many Ghanaian players can we mention that plays at that level? So that's one point. And two, if we be honest, as much as I love Gideon Mensah, and I do think he's better than Baba Rahman, if we be honest, Schlupp can play that position better than both of them. He's athletic, he can cross, and he can run up and down. And the way everybody is now favouring this 3-back system, Schlupp is perfect as a left wing back. And if Partey is injured, we can shift him there. So whatever we need to do as a nation, we must apologize to that man and get him back on board.
All right, so let's get to our questions. Goalkeeper and strikers. The goalkeeper, Walcott stick with him or change?
No. No, I've tried to support him as much as possible, but all jokes aside, the language barrier is a problem. He doesn't talk and he doesn't command his area. He only saves shots that he's meant to save, but I believe an exceptional goalkeeper is somebody that saves shots that you don't expect them to save. Exactly. So for me, I think we need to try him enough. I was actually impressed with him at the Kirin Cup, and I'm being surprised that he hasn't been given an opportunity after that tournament where he saved those penalties. So I personally want to see him, because the last time I saw Richard Ofori in goal for Ghana, I wasn't impressed, and then he got injured. So I'd like to see him enough and give him a try, and let's see what he also can do. But we don't have much time. That's the problem. And in terms of in terms of the strikers, it has to be Inaki. But I always say you're as good as your bench. I also think we need to go and inquire with Eddie Nketiah and get him on board as well to boost the quality. So even if he plays the role that he's playing for Arsenal, as coming on as a substitute and impacting the game positively, it will help us in the World Cup. Because as we can see, Afena-Gyan, I love him, but he's not ready. He hasn't even played 5 games senior football. How can we take that to the World Cup? So that's all I've got to say for now.
Right. Thank you, Andre. David Sowa, you are next.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Sure.
All right. Thank your other guys. They're doing a wonderful, great job. Skinny, I see you. My first submission has to do with our performance with the Brazil game. Okay. I've heard other commentators and other sport journalists say that Brazil took their leg off the gas. I don't understand. I don't buy. I wasn't happy about it until I heard Utuado saying the same to the coach after post-match.
The post-match. He also mentioned that.
So my question is, why was Neymar on the pitch?
They should have substituted him. I was expecting that.
He had a yellow card.
Yes.
So it shows you that Neymar wanted to go to compare it with Pele's record. So he should give credit for the blaster and for the coach for the second half performance that they did. That's what I want to make. That's my first suggestion. Right. And my question to you, Sarah, is that with the goalkeeping department, our best goalkeeper so far is Olele Kingston, and he is the goalkeeper trainer. So he chooses the keeper. And Kujano made a point at the pre-match conference that, or at the post-match conference that there's competition at the goalkeeper position, but he's not a goalkeeper unless the goalkeeper coach gives him the fair idea of the keeper he should use. So if Olele is our best keeper, he's choosing the keeper. Yes. We wish Richard Ofori takes the post because he's tall. He has the height for long shots and stuff. I mean, with the second goal that was scored, if our keeper Walcott was taller enough, his hand could have taken the ball out.
Yeah.
So that's my first question to you. So since Olele is the one who chooses the keeper, why are you suggesting that Ishifuru should come? So he knows the best keeper to be imposed. Okay, my next thing has to do with the striking department. Are we still trying to bring on board Eddie Nketiah?
We are still on.
We have to, because Inaki is good. He has come to stay. He has proven his point. To play. So let's give him a chance to do his best. All the chance. Maybe Afena-Gyan can come in as a late starter, maybe for 15 minutes at least, to help him grow. One day we may need him. And with the shop, I think maybe Jordan, you should do much better to speak to him, because it's a team player. I think that they play the same team, or so you should use him, because I saw this our coach, assistant coach. So probably he may play at the World Cup, because Salisu, 3 months ago, when we were playing our 4-nation carrying tournament and with the 2 African qualifiers, Salisu was playing at Medina, if you remember. I thought that he was going to play at Brazil's, so maybe he might change his mind. So that's what I have to say. So maybe you ask a question for me about the only coach.
Yeah, so the goalkeeper, who do you want? I'm asking you, David. let's wrap with that one.
I think we should fully. Ofori he has the height, I think, and he also commands a lot of respect. So probably should go for him.
Okay, PKD, you are next. Let me add you to the stream.
Hi, good evening, lads. How are you doing?
We're good. How about you?
I'm good. One thing I want to tackle is ageism. How can you say that what do you call it, Odoi at 34 is too old, whilst Brazil has Thiago Silva at 38?
At 38. Probably the performance is
he got roasted. He's never had pace. He's never had pace at Fulham. He's never had pace. But he's a good footballer, somebody who can play right back, left back, and defensive midfielder. I think even if it's not first choice, he should be going.
All right. So let's deal with that two questions. The goalkeeper and the strikers. Who should be doing that positioning for us?
The goalkeeper is between Wolacott and Ofori. It's too late to bring the Kotoko guy. Manaf is not playing at Manaf is not playing at his team.
Yeah.
So you can't bring him. So it's between the two of them. I think Olele is not doing his job. If the guy is not talking, is he saying that he's not saying that the guy is not commanding his area?
That's a good
question. The keeper coach should be seeing what is going on and correct it.
Yeah, you're right. How about the strikers?
With the strikers, I think we have to play two.
Okay.
Well, we have to play two because one, Iñaki is not a perfect guy.
Goal scorer. He's not
a goal scorer. Yeah. So you need somebody to pair him with. I personally will play Semenyo and Inaki.
Okay. Semenyo, Inaki. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, PKD. Thank you so much for
coming. You're welcome. Keep up the good.
Reverend Isaac Wafo, you're next.
All right.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening.
For the great job you guys are doing, most especially Sahara.
Yay.
You are doing a great job. I give you a thumb up.
Thank you.
I'm a football fan. I really love football. And when it comes to Ghana, when Ghana is playing, it's like my heart is the one that plays. and when Ghana feels, it's like Kotoko and Has that playing at home. Mm-hmm. So, concern, I'll make a little brief and also go back to your question that you're asking. Brief on the Brazil and Ghana match.
Yeah.
You know, World Cup. That whenever we go to World Cup, if we look at most of the teams or the nations that have qualified for the World Cup, when they qualify and go into the World Cup, there's one thing they think about most. If you get in touch with the most players or the coaches or whoever be on their team, you see that they look for experience. And that is what most Africans or Ghanaians, when we qualify, we don't look at those stuff. Anything that we do, we don't look for experience. But it is our terminology that we use. The experience is the what? Is the best. Yes. Yeah. So for somebody to be able to do the best, that person should come to be somebody who has been a product of having an experience. Now, we can say that we kill our soldiers when they are not even old, or when they are not even wounded. We will not call them. We will not. Some of the players that are doing well, we have at least 2 or 3 experienced players that have gone to World Cup, and they are still playing. They are still good in their team. Wherever they are, I can even mention one that maybe people don't like to hear his name. KP Prince. KB, what do you call his name?
KB Prince Boateng.
Yes. He is now captain in his club. He play all time. Okay, he's in a good form, but we've abandoned him and go for Afani Jan. Afani Jan has not gone through. If you look at the football, I was a coach when I was in Ghana with a second division team, at Asamankasi, and we went for what do you call it? The one we play for qualifying series.
Mede League.
Yes, Mede League at Koforia.
Is it Young Kotoko?
No. At Asamankasi, Isireje. We call it it was a Asaman team, Sanahine Club. Sanahine Club. So when you have